Hello and welcome to Free Jacks in 5, a series of brief interviews where you get to know your favorite New England players. Free Jacks in 5 is brought to you by Arbella Insurance, the official home and auto insurance provider of the New England Free Jacks. I'm Dallen Stanford, former US Eagle and current World Rugby commentator. And in this episode, we have the pleasure to spend 5 minutes with Wian Conradie, the bone crusher that you don't want to get in his way. Thank you for joining us, Wian.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be on your show.
So you grew up in Windhoek, Namibia. Explain, where that country is for people that don't know, and do you have any fun facts about Namibia?
That's actually a good question. Like most of the people don't know where it is. So you get South Africa at the bottom of Africa, the continent, and then Namibia is just like southwest of that. And I'm from Windhoek itself, so it's the capital city of Namibia. There's lots of red dunes and stuff, which is nice to see. The Skeleton Coast, the Fish River Canyon. There's lots of sights, wildlife in abundance. You can see a lot, if you love animals and stuff, it's a nice country to visit. The Skeleton Coast is quite popular amongst the tourism, and the Etosha National Park is quite big. And yeah, I think the food as well is quite popular. Myself, I'm a red meat lover. Lamb meat and beef steaks with lots of fat on it. It's nice. Like in Afrikaans, you'll call it a staanrib. And then obviously beers as well.
The winter beer is fantastic. I will second that.
I enjoy a few beers when I get back home. I enjoy braaivleis. I don't know if you're familiar with it.
Of course I am. I'm from South Africa. My mother was Afrikaans, so yeah, the braaivleis is sensational. I'm doing braais all the time. In fact, Peter Janssen wants to come over and have a braai for breakfast, lunch and dinner, but I know his missus won't let him, so we'll have to come to yours. There's a rumor going around that you learned your tackling abilities by tackling wild animals like the wildebeest. Is that true or not? Yeah,
so what I usually went to the farms and stuff while I was a kid, and then we'll chase after springboks and stuff. So I think that helps a bit.
That's epic. So let's talk about your sporting background. What sports did you get involved in outside of rugby as a youngster?
So when I was a kid, I actually did everything I could imagine. I was busy. I don't think there was even a time where I'll sit still and do nothing. I've enjoyed my cricket a lot. Athletics, done shot put, discus, javelin. While I was young, I actually ran 100 meters. I was quite quick. I don't know if I'm still today. And then with the field hockey, I was actually quite good in it. Actually went to play on for Namibia at various age groups. But at the end of the day, I had to choose whether it's rugby or hockey and stuff.
Talking about your speed off the line is pretty fantastic. So I can see where you get the acceleration from. So let's touch on your college experience. Where did you go to college first of all? And what was it like playing rugby in South Africa?
I played schools level, played a bit of South African tournaments, got a scholarship through a tournament called Sicilians. And then UJ, it's a University of Johannesburg. They reached out to me. They'll be offering me a full scholarship, paying my studies, my accommodation. Got involved with them, went on to play 4 seasons with UJ, got contracted through the university. And apart from that, I got to still play Namibia under 20s, went to Chile, Hong Kong. I've enjoyed my college experience with UJ. I had a really good time, met a lot of friends, and ended up getting my bachelor's of technology in quantity surveying.
Let's go to the 2 Rugby World Cups that you went to, the 2015 one in England and then 2019 in Japan. What was that experience like? And, was your family so proud of you?
Yes, my mum and dad was quite proud of me, especially people back home. That backed me all the way. The build up towards it, I wasn't nervous. I was just excited because I don't think there's a better platform to being able to play rugby at that level. I enjoyed 2015 was good. Japan was unbelievable. I got my first start in the 2019 World Cup against Italy. I think it's one of my best games that I've played for Namibia. It was a nice country to visit. We've been to Tokyo and Osaka, all those places, getting to explore different culture. I think it's the kindest people that you'll ever meet is Japanese people. It's different while you're being at the World Cup itself. Being able to explain it to you it's something else.
Wian, I tell you what, you don't have to explain it to me because I was your commentator for that Italy-Namibia game for World Rugby. So I had the front row seat. And that's why for me personally, it was really exciting to see your name come to the Free Jacks as well. It's a full circle kind of rugby moment.
It's actually quite funny because with that game, I made a tackle as well and you commentated on the same tackle.
Exactly. There we go. So we'll put the highlights together in this little show, pal.
Here goes to Veramaloa. Madden. Flat ball to Lewis at first receiver. Huge tackle coming in on Wian Conradie. The Namibian gets a bit of meat as Poasa Wanganabao goes for a run himself.
Do you have an embarrassing moment at all that could have happened on the field or off the field?
I had this one. It was off field. It was our first class while I was at university. Went into that class. It was our first construction technology class, and the class was packed because everyone is there. It's the first class. I was sitting right at the front, and I was wheeling on my chair, and I just took off. I fell on my back. And the whole class, and the lecturer, they just had a laugh. I picked it up, and I've just sat there still. And for the remainder for the year, I was sitting in the front. I was just sitting still, just listening to what he was saying.
How have you found the level of Major League Rugby since you've been here in your inaugural season?
I've actually enjoyed it quite a lot. The rugby has been fun. I actually came here and enjoyed being able to play rugby again after the whole year of COVID just being gone. The level and stuff, it's physical and it's quick, it's fast. I just see it like growing and getting better like year in, year out.
Oh, I know fans enjoyed watching you. Now, a message to them in Afrikaans, please.
So ek wil net sê dankie aan almal wat my ondersteun reg oor Suid-Afrika en Namibië, reg oor die wêreld. Ek het familie in Australië. Ek weet hulle kyk van Australië af. Hier is ook 'n paar mense in Texas en so wat ondersteun. So baie dankie aan almal wat ons ondersteun en dis altyd lekker om te weet as iemand anders vir ons kyk en ons ondersteun.
We want to thank you for joining us on Free Jacks in 5, which is brought to you by Arbella Insurance, the official home and auto insurance provider of the New England Free Jacks. For the rest of the 2021 schedule, tickets and merchandise, which ships internationally, even to Australia, South Africa or Namibia, fans can visit freejacks.com. As we say here, let's ride.
Kom ons ry.